Hey guys, welcome back to another Warframe video. So, in this video we're going to cover my vault build, the do-it-all build. We're going to cover a bit of the fashion frame, and we're going to cover how he can be utilized against an Archon. We're going to show the bad sides of where the build struggles and where it doesn't. There's not very many places now. These shards here, the corrosive ones are optional. For my build, the blue tau forged are not, because I do desire shield tanking, and of course, the purple shard for an equilibrium effect. You're going to be killing so many people anyway, and we'll also get to the pet build that goes into that as well here in a little bit. But first, here is what I have for my particular fashion. Nothing really too crazy. Just black, purple, and a bit of gold. Now, I think the Twilight one... I don't actually know where the Twilight palette was from, truthfully. The Fractus shoulder guards, however, they were a Nightwave reward. They may come back. They may. I mean, I think they've already, whenever I got them, made a comeback. So, they'll probably be in another Nightwave. You can, however, purchase that Cyandana. And I'm so very proud of the Enlightened 8, something like that. Oh, and I'm proud to have my Clem emblems. My Clemblems. Yeah. Now let us get into the build. The Arcane Avenger and the Arcane Velocity, well, they're just there because I like those. Personally, that is what I like. They can be anything. The same thing goes for Empowered Blades. You also do not need that. That is simply a flex slot. You can have whatever you want in there. The reason that I have 155 duration is because of the shields. Now, like I said, this is a do-it-all build, right? So I want to be able to help defend the defensive objective. I also want to be able to, hold certain positions and stuff like that, and I really want to be able to nuke as well, which is why I have that range. Now, the range, don't get into the 170s. It's just not a good idea. If you're going to actually nuke with Volt, you need 190 or a bit over 200, so anywhere between 190 to 235, I think it was. Now, if you want to go, like, full nuke, and you don't care about efficiency or anything, or not efficiency, if you don't care about duration, then take out primed continuity and put in another ranged mod. And I think actually if you put in another ranged mod, you can take out Cunning Drift, have preparation, and then there you go. You also, I don't know exactly what the number is for the power strength for you to hit 100% armor strip with Terrify, but it is a hell of a lot better to get to whatever that number is to have full strip in one cast, because it does cost 75 energy, and that is rather expensive. So, you're going to want to do that. Now, I have a little bit extra because, a little bit of extra damage on his discharge is helpful. But, in addition to having the strength where it's at and the range where it's at, leaving it at 100% efficiency is very, very helpful. Now, if you have another form of energy recovery and you want to run like even more damage, you can try that. Run 45 efficiency if you truly wanted to, but yeah, this is just what I use because this is what I enjoy. And I like to be able to have my shields up for the defensive missions, you know, covering the mobile defense or whatever, because it's for 38 seconds. And it brings his sprint boot or his speed boost to 18 seconds. And those are very nice. Those are crispy. I love those very much. Because since my efficiency is just how it starts out, so what? You know, I have to put 2, maybe 4 shields, and that's no biggie. And they last for 38 seconds. So all I need to do for a mobile defense is cast my shields in 2 different instances. First, runs out, second, and then it's good. And that's really good for energy economy. And, you know, I did try running primed redirection, I tried a whole bunch of stuff, but this is just what's comfortable for me. So you can go right ahead and change up what you like. You know, you can put brief respite in there instead of empowering blades or corrosive projection or whatever. This, though, this is the bossing build, and I will show you later just how devastating this can be with a good weapon. This is very important. So I have Shock Trooper, you know, the augment for it, and I subsumed over his 4 because we're not going to be doing that. This is single target, kill the boss right now damage. I have Roar on there, Shock Trooper to boost the radiation damage that I'm going to be using against the Archon, and all of that power strength. Now, because you don't have any abilities that go off of range at all, and because your duration is so high, you don't need efficiency or range, because you're going to be casting these abilities not that often at all. So, efficiency is not going to be a problem, especially with the enemy density. And that purple Talford Shard. Now, Arcane Avenger and Arcane Velocity are something that I personally really like to use together, because whenever I'm bossing, I use the dual Toxocysts, right? And they desperately need fire rate. So bad. So this is the setup. Deadeye, you can take that out. This was my Eidolon build. You know, and now I just kill Archons with it, so you can take out Deadeye, replace it with whatever. If you want a boss, this is definitely a build to do it. It will shred them to pieces, and I will show you very shortly. But first, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and take care of where the overall build falls short. But we will get to Archon damage. I'm not going to go ahead and take the time to kill Nira, since all I need is an example. But all you need for this is duration and strength. That's it. And then some way to have a bit of energy recovery, and you're good. Preparation is key though, because like I said, this is for bossing, so you drop right into the boss area and you just buck them up. This is kill them quick build. So for the pet build, however, that also helps the overall, or the do-it-all build and the bossing build, is this. Guardian and Shield Charger. That and then Synth Deconstruct for the boost to energy economy. That's really all you need. And then you can build it any other way you want to. Because, at the end of the day, unfortunately, Volt is a squishy boy. And there is nothing that we can do to not make him a squishy boy. I mean, sure, there's going to be a lot of other builds that allow you to just go ahead and stun lock the enemy forever. Just perma-stun lock, and at that point, why aren't you running any other cheese build on a higher survivability frame, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just, he's either squishy with some survivability and you actually get to play with him, or you're cheesing the entire map. And then, you know, if you're going to do that, you're probably going to pick a better Warframe with a better cheese build. That's all that the pet is required for. Now, where this build falls weak in Steel Path is whenever there's a lot of toxicity. Now, that is a huge problem for basically every fucking Warframe that doesn't just have invincibility. However, running Madurai, which I forgot to mention, that I usually do, well, that helps a lot. I mean, yeah, the Infestation are already weak, but if you're going to do an endurance run, it's better to have more damage than less. So, as you'll see here in a second, I'll get fucking sniped by one of those toxic bastard piece of shit ospreys. And then I get up, use Void Strike, blop, blop, blop. And then I'm back up. Super easy, quick, efficient. No problem at all. But as long as you stay out of the gas, you're going to be fine. However, the other problem is, though, and this would be an issue even with preparation, is there are infested that drain your ability strength. And that is a huge problem for Volt. That is a huge problem for Volt. Because a massive portion of his survivability is his shield. Is having that shield on and in front of you at all times. That is his main survivability. So if you don't have energy, or you don't have one of those squad restore energy things like I used, and you're running Steel Path infested missions where they drain your energy, you are going to have a bad time. So you either need to keep moving so that way you don't get hit by whichever infested that is that does that. I still don't know because there are just so many infested on screen all the time. I have no idea which one does that, but it does do that. And again, that is another universal problem. Other than one-shotting with toxin that almost every single Warframe suffers with, that is also an issue. But once you get rolling, and you got a good TTK, then you're fine. You won't even hardly notice it much, just don't stay in one spot. And then you'll be good for the infestation. Now, that we're done with, where Volt struggles, let's see an Acolyte kill. Not that it's really going to show off his survivability, but here it is anyway, just for the sake of it. Dual Toxocysts are mean. They are so mean. I love it. Now, let's go ahead and take it to a regular Steel Path mission. And this, by the way, this will showcase how to run his kit in a normal Steel Path scenario. So I lost all of my shields, and then I used Discharge, and because of capacitance, I now have Overshield. And I brought up my, front-facing shield, carrying it around, blasting through people. The cool thing about this is you get bonus crit damage and electricity damage. So, all in all, it's a defense and offense all in one, and you can be right up in the enemy's face. Just remember that if you lose your shields, and your Sentinel has already used the Guardian and Shield Charger thing, you're gonna need to use capacitance. So just be careful of that. Now, you don't have to have the 2 corrosive shards like I have. You could have 2 casting speed shards, and then you can make his discharge instant. It's up to you, really. This is just what I like to run. And, as you can see, he has no problem with Steel Path. Just like every other frame, keep moving, stay on your toes, and pay attention. That's really all you gotta do. Oh, hey, look. It's the man of the wall. Hi. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna pet my dog as well. Before we go on to slaughtering that poor little Archon. Nira, that... Ugh, I hate Nira. She was broken when she first came out, just straight up busted. Didn't work right. None of that. Now, I recommend having Vazarin, right? Running Vazarin for Nira specifically, because she still is a bit bucky. And that stupid gas... oh, man. That is ridiculous. Well, let's show a little bit of the hate right quick. It's nothing special. It's just how I have it set up for Gara. And it was still slaughtering base Steel Path like it was nothing. And this is not a real build at all. Like I said, this is just to amplify Gara's 1. And this is my Dual Toxocyst setup. This is what I have to take down Archons. Now, what I was running before I started switching this out was simply a fun build. You know, just for general stuff, because that fire rate is atrocious. It is absolute hot dog water. And I hate it. So that's why I have anemic agility and lethal torrent on. And again, just showing mods to maybe any new players. I'm definitely showing the Riven. I kept trying for one that was crit chance, crit damage, and multi-shot, but as you saw, 190 rolls, I gave up. So, I'm just going to be switching out Jolt and Anemic Agility for Accelerated Isotope and Primed Convulsion. So that way I get more damage, I have the radiation that the Archons are weak to, and it's all said and done. Now let's go bully that dirty bitch Nira. Okay, here we go. Roar first, Shock Trooper Augment, then my shield. That's the order you gotta do it in. And then, shoot her in the face. Look at how fast that was. Look at that. Even the damage attenuation couldn't do shit. Dual Toxocysts are insane. So that build, with that strength, that duration, you run Roar, you hit it first, you go into the Shock Trooper Augment because now it's boosted by Roar, pop out your shield for the extra crit damage, and you're good. So, that has been my build video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned a little bit of something, and I hope it helps you enjoy Warframe a little bit more. I'll see you guys in the next video, and may RNG be in your favor.